What is up, guys? Synq here, and yes, we're on Star Trek Fleet Command. And as you remember, back on the 17th of January, Star Trek Fleet Command did an update in which they increased the mining deposits, so the veins actually held a lot more material for you to mine. And they did other different changes, tried to fix some officers, change warps, yada 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 yada. But today's video is about the new survey ship, the North Star. Now, I'm going to tell you guys straight off, for the last week or so I've been trying to work out how do you get the North Star, and I did come across some missions which actually gave schematics for the North Star, but I was like, well, this is going to take ages to actually get the North Star, and I was getting a bit annoyed by it. But I think it happened today. What's the date today? I don't even know what the date is. It's the 27th. Now, I'm not sure if it happened yesterday or today. Now, in the, you know, the claim section where you get your 10-minute chest, your 4-hour chest, and 24-hour chest, there are two new chests in there. One is a one-off time only. When you click it, it'll give you some schematics for the North Star, and the other one is either a 23 or 24-hour cooldown. I'm not 100% sure, which gives you 5 schematics for the North Star. So you can come back every day and claim 5 schematic parts for the North Star. I won't lie, first time I've ever done it, I actually bought a ship in this game, and that is this one, the North Star. So yeah, I never bought the jellyfish. I thought the price was extremely overpriced for the actual ship. But the North Star is under £19. Now that's in GBP sterling. And I think it's between 20 and 22 euros and USD. I don't know what the currency rates are at the moment. I honestly don't care, so I didn't bother to check up. You guys can just go in a game and look yourself. Now, there is always level requirements on buying ships. Now, I'm level 18, so I saw it there, went ahead and bought it. Now, I think, and don't quote me on this, I think you can actually buy at level 17. I'm not 100% sure, guys. Correct me in the comments, please do correct me in the comments. But one of the people in my alliance is level 16, is a few hours off level 17, so pre-grats for that. But he can't buy it at level 16, so we're going to find out later on if he can buy it at level 17. But what I'm going to do is, now I know you guys are going to be going, well, that's not fair what you're about to do, but I'm going to compare the North Star to the actual Envoy survey ship. Now, the Envoy survey ship is over there. Now, as you can see there, it's only a 6,335 base strength power. And yeah, the North Star's 19k. Yeah, I know. But because they're reasonably within the same sort of level range, I mean, people are going on about the jellyfish, so I'm going to compare the North Star to the actual Envoy. Right, so we're currently on my North Star. Now, when I was actually using the comparisons with the figures, I made sure I had the same crew members in each ship. So basically, I swapped out the Envoy for the North Star. And you'll see on the screen on the left-hand side, they're the stats for the Envoy. Now, I know it's a 2-star common compared to the North Star stats on the screen on the right, which is a rare ship. But the Envoy's got 3 tiers on it, and it's so with the tiers you get the upgrades with the shields, the weapons, yada 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 yada. So it's going to be interesting stats. Now, as you can see, the officer attack bonus is 30% higher on the Envoy. That because of the tiers, as well as the level requirements and the upgrades, etc. Now, the damage per round, as you can see, the North Star's almost 1,300 damage per round higher than the Envoy. That just comes because, well, the North Stars are rare, so it's going to automatically have a higher damage. The armor pierce, shield pierce, accuracy, obviously on the North Star is higher because higher star rating. It's a rare again. There's a little bit of a difference there. Now, the critical chance and the critical damage are both the same. So that's quite interesting. I thought maybe the North Star would have been higher, even though it's only a tier 1. But now we're going to look at the defense and the health. Now, this is where some differences come in. Now, the officer defense bonus 30% higher again on the Envoy, but the armor, wow, what a huge difference. 86 on the Envoy to 530 on the North Star. Shield deflection 289 compared to 530 on the North Star. Wow, 86 dodge on the Envoy to 688 on the North Star. They are some major increase in stats. This is where you see some huge differences. Forget the officer health bonus. Shield health 8,872 to 9,681. Not a major amount. That's like one shot. But the whole health 8,185 to 13,000. We don't know the exact figure. By looking at these stats. I can find that out. But that is a huge increase in health. Now, the Envoy you can get at level 16, and as I say, the North Star, I'm not sure if you can get it at 17, I'm not sure if you can purchase it at 17, or whether it is a minimum requirement of 18. I've been trying to find that out, but because I'm level 18, I can't tell. I'm waiting for somebody to tier up in my alliance to level 17, see if he can actually buy the ship or not. So, if he can, I will put it in the comment section when he's got it. Yada yada yada. I don't know. Now we're going to move on to the next stat bonus, which is going to be the utility. Now these are some of the stats where I feel like, I'm not sure if it's the dev's fault or whether it is the tiering up. Impulse speed, there is a bit of an increase with the North Star. The warp range, two levels on the warp range, so we can get further. Now obviously if you've got Scotty in there, that increases it as well. Warp speed, there's one difference in warp speed. I will be explaining some of these things in a second, don't worry. Now the cargo. This is where I'm not sure if it's a mistake with the base stats or not. But the Envoy's cargo, as you can see, it's 89,000 compared to 3,500. But that's a tier thing from upgrading the actual equipment on the ship. But when I looked at the North Star's base stats compared to the Envoy's base stats, you know, if you haven't researched them whatsoever, you look at the actual main ship. In fact, fuck it, let's just have a quick look. Right, so this is an Envoy's base stat before doing anything to it. Its cargo is 21,000. Protected cargo is 900. Yeah? 21,900. The North Star's base stat. Base stat for North Star. Look at that. 3,300 protected cargo. I'm not sure if the devs are fucked up somehow, but have you seen the length of this ship compared to the Envoy? The Envoy is like half the length. How is it that the cargo is so small? Its cargo space is so small. With all that space, they don't think that they can have a capacity a lot higher than 3,000. Seriously? I mean, seriously? Right, so enough talking about the cargo space and protected cargo. We found out the North Star is a beast. It can take a beating. And I mean, it can take a really good beating. It's good at surviving, which is one of the main things I love about the North Star. Now, as I say, its cargo space is, and its protected cargo is what annoys me about the ship. But the great thing about the ship is we're on the Envoy right now. Now, we've gone to a system where there's a 3-star mining resource. Now, this 3-star ore would take 6 hours 17 minutes to fill in the Envoy. But that's not what we want to worry about. Now, as you can see, it can mine at 1,350 ore per hour. 1,350 ore per hour. And to get round about there would take 2 minutes 25. Now, I'm going to quickly swap it out and put the North Star in. This is where it gets interesting. Right, so I swapped out the Envoy for the North Star, and as you can see, 1 minute 50, so we can get places a lot quicker. Well, it is a lot quicker if you think about it. When you're going long distances, that cut time will help. Now, we said to actually mine per hour, it was 1,350 the Envoy could mine per hour. The North Star, 1,890 per hour. So literally, what would that take? That'd take, what, less than an hour and a half of mining to fill its cargo of 3,500. That's, as I say, a base of, well, yeah, even less than that, because the base stat is 3,000 cargo space. Now, mine is 3,500 because I did one upgrade. Now, as you tier up, think about this. Each time you tier up, it's 500 increase for the first tier. 500 increase in cargo space for the first tier. Now, if I was to go and mine that, I'd be done. What? Well, probably less than an hour and a half. If you need 3-star ore, gas, or crystal, this is your ship. The North Star will get you the materials you'll need so friggin' fast. As I said, every single stat on this ship is impressive. Its defensive capability is so impressive. It's going to be so hard for people to take it out if they're within like the same sort of level range as you and, you know, don't have a jellyfish. So it's going to be hard for people to take out the ship. The only downside is the cargo capacity. Unless you start tearing up quickly, that's the downside. But if you're playing the game and you're going to be playing for a couple of hours at a time, the North Star is your survey ship of choice. If you're not going to be playing the game but you need a mine, use your envoy. Fuck it. Anyway, guys, that's the stats for the North Star compared to the envoy. I hope this helps you make a decision of whether you want the North Star. Personally, if I had the choice now of seeing the North Star, I probably wouldn't buy it. Honestly, I probably wouldn't buy the ship if I actually saw all the stats properly. I don't mean the base stats, I mean, like, you know, putting in some equipment and stuff. Seeing the difference of having base stats compared to tier 1 stats when you've equipped stuff. I possibly maybe wouldn't buy it again because I don't tend to spend hours on the game. I tend to come on the game, do what I need to do, send my mining ships off, go offline for a few, like 8-10 hours at a time, come back on. If my ship's still alive, hopefully pull it back in, get all the resources, send it back out again. It's one of those. It's sort of like, I want the ship because of its protective capabilities, but I don't want the ship at the same time because its cargo space is shite. I'm going to leave the decision up to you guys whether you want the ship or not. I've shown you both ships of what the North Star can do compared to the Envoy. Let you guys make up the decision. Price wise, it's over half the price difference between the jellyfish, but yeah, I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you want to leave something in the comment section, please do. Otherwise, don't forget to hit the like button, and I'll catch you guys next time. I'm going to go lay down. I've got a cold. Toodles!